We're going to start off on my left here. I'm going to introduce CLG for you. Let's start off with Hotshot GG. Hotshot GG, that top lane for CLG. We're going to bring it up next to the AD carry. Let's bring out Double Lift. And down in that bottom lane with Double Lift is going to be your support for CLG is Chowster. And your man running around, controlling the lanes to help everybody out. We do have St. Vicious in the jungle. And last but not least, that AP mid carry, strong all game, all tournament, Big Fat LP.
All right, it's now that you have Counterlogic Gaming up on stage, let's bring out Team SoloMid. Reginald playing SoloMid. Get yourself up here. There is TSM's mage player coming out. The next up, looks like we have AD carry Chaos coming up. All right, next up we have the jungler, the odd one. Support player for Team SoloMid, also known as X-Special.
Newest member.
And Team SoloMid's newest addition, the solo top player, it is Dyrus. Thank you, Dyrus. Dyrus gives me gummy bears.
Gummies, yeah, yeah.
Thank you, Dyrus. Alrighty, and looks like it is going to be time for the coin toss with Christina. Get on up here.
All right, gentlemen.
And lady.
Who's gonna call it? Heads?
We got call it in the air.
Okay, TSM is heads. CLG is tails. Here it goes.
Woo!
Heads.
All right, good handshake we got going on here. We are going to get these players into the lobby, into the game, and into your champ select. As we have said before, looking to ban out that Karthus for Reginald, really scary. Maxing that Wall of Pain pretty fast. We are looking for the Shen, Nidalee ban, Hotshot GG top. Udyr might be banned out as well. A few other ones, Reginald's Cassiopeia. What are they looking at for CLG though? What are our bans there?
Bans against CLG
yes.
or CLG's bans?
Against.
Against CLG. So, as you said, with actually SoloMid getting first pick, actually their choice, I believe it is.
Right.
It's not necessarily their automatically blue team. I think both teams are going to respect Shen here. I think Dyrus and Hotshot GG, and I think Shen is a little bit better played as top than as jungle, unless it's going to fit a certain kind of strategy. But I think Hotshot GG and Dyrus both know how to play Shen well enough, and he's been a strong enough champion here in this tournament and in these players' hands that I think there will be respect bans coming out there. The other bans I see coming out, likely to drop out Vayne, just to limit one of Double Lift's options, you know, as Hotshot said, and of course SoloMid, you know, they know CLG so very well. They do know the champion roles and the champions that these guys have and what they know to play best and what they're not so good at. I would expect to see some Double Lift aimed bans. I might even expect to see a Shyvana dropped out there. However, you know, Saint's really good at Dr. Mundo as well. And you have actually a couple of games coming out here because you could say, oh, you know, we're going to bait you into the Shen ban, or we'll ban and then we're going to first pick a jungler. We're going to like, you know, ban out Shyvana, first pick Mundo, and then give Saint maybe his third choice there. And that actually might be enough of an advantage to keep him off of Dyrus's lane so much because he's been just such a dominant top lane ganker. That's absolutely a possibility here. And so there's actually just a lot of different games that can be played with the pick and ban game, and you can't, you know, really guess what kind of strategy they might run until you sort of go halfway through. And actually one of the things that CLG did in their second game against Dignitas was actually really clever, where they picked up Dr. Mundo, and was it Mundo? No, it was Shyvana. They picked up Shyvana, they picked up Janna, and they picked up Kog'Maw, and Kog'Maw can be poke comp, worst nightmare solo mid, or it can be standard AD carry that we've seen all tournament, and then they were like, oh, and by the way, last two picks, poke comp. Let's do this. And they turned it around with their last, you know, their very last two picks to try to surprise Dignitas. And that is something that absolutely both these teams can do again to cause, you know, all sorts of havoc and really out-predict their opponents and, you know, bait these strategies out. So
yeah, they do have, the CLG has a lot of things they can run. They obviously have their tanky strat where they leave just Hot shot to farm Cho'Gath wherever he wants, usually pulling it, and they can get a lot of Barons out of that, actually, as we've seen in tournaments. Hot shot will just split push so far away, draw 2 people down, and be like, hey, I'll teleport back to Baron. You guys are down bottom lane with me. So they've been doing that. Look for Dyrus, Olaf ban possibly. Yeah, it's also good on Vladimir this tournament. He's been playing quite strong. So there's a huge pool of champions for both teams to choose from.
Yeah, I think that's actually a really big advantage that SoloMid had from picking up Dyrus, is he has just an amazing repertoire of champions. He's played since beta, was known for his jacks. We saw actually Voyboy run that a couple of times throughout this tournament. Crumbs as well, the jungler for Curse. But yeah, Dyrus, playing since beta, actually was on one of Reginald's old teams back in beta. He created a team called All or Nothing, and that is a team that actually he had Dyrus on, as well as his brother Dan Din, a couple other faces that either have moved to other teams or have stopped playing the game since. But basically Reginald has been a leader since 2.5 years ago. Dyrus has been a teammate of his 2.5 years ago. They're kind of reuniting here. SoloMid's lineup actually has been stable for a very, very long time, since late 2010, I believe, and maybe even earlier. Counterlogic Gaming, their last change-up was quite a while ago as they dropped out Elements. They picked up Double Lift. They switched around the roles a little bit, kind of solidified what
it almost took them a little time to meld that together as well. Yeah, he was top, he was bottom, switching everybody around.
It was interesting, too, because right after they had taken Elements off the team and added in Chowster, Elements joined Curse, and then Curse and Counterlogic Gaming actually had fought a tournament like that weekend, and Curse 2-0'd them. And everyone was like, better bench Elements, right? So it was great. And then, of course, Counterlogic Gaming had since solidified that lineup, practiced a lot more, and got their team cohesion together, and they actually started playing phenomenally. And actually, a very similar thing happened with Team SoloMid. They picked up Dyrus. The Rain Man left. He wasn't booted. The Rain Man chose to leave the team, and Dyrus joined in, was like, I already live with you guys. Let's do it. If you don't know, by the way, Team SoloMid, they all live together in New York. They have a gaming house together, and they've been practicing hardcore. And actually, SoloMid had that same rocky start. They got the new lineup. They lost a few scrims.
Right.
The internet made fun of them, and then they picked it up. They started practicing, and they got the cohesion together, and neither team has ever looked better than now. And the anticipation is building for this match. They have not yet met in this tournament. Counterlogic Gaming must win 4 games. They have to win 2 best-of-3s to make this through. And with the anticipation building, we're up to 150,000 people watching this second online. Millions have tuned in over the weekend. The hundreds of you here, can you please show these 150,000 people as we get into Champion Select what it means to be here at IPL4? Absolutely. And the Nocturne.
Great. We do see Shen and Nocturne out of there right away into Champion Select here. The ban's coming out. It is going to be CLG with that coin toss on the first pick, first ban.
So yeah, SoloMid elected with their coin toss victory to choose to get the second place in the order, because they get the very last pick of the game, which means they can counterpick one of those mid lanes if they choose to pick that way. You see these bans coming out, and Team SoloMid, their bans are not aimed at player specific, but as sort of best in class. They're dropping out that Shen. They're dropping out that Shen and Janna that are normally just always grabs up and always first picked here, whereas the bans for CLG are aimed at specific players here. Oh, there's the Nidalee ban.
And Nidalee.
Alrighty, so Hotshot getting banned out twice. Janna being banned away. Let's see if CLG knows other supports here. We'll see where this pans out, because the Soraka, of course, was so... Oh, and Udyr making his, I think, 5th appearance of the tournament.
Wow.
Actually has a losing record so far, so we'll see if they can turn that one around. And I like this pick from CLG, because you can go mid or top.
Yeah, it really can be. It's such a strong character for CLG. Hotshot goes for that quick gold for 10, and he just continues to dominate his lane. You'll see him farming past the tower quite a bit. He enjoys doing that. Really risky thing to do, but he keeps those wards up, so that's a very good pick for CLG, and it can be strong, a huge, strong composition pick as well, with all the utility that Udyr can bring to a fight.
Yep, so the Cogma that's been the story for the entire tournament is, of course, available. KX may choose to run it, or they may choose to find some kind of counter lane, bait out Vayne, and go for something like, Nunu Misfortune or Leona Misfortune, just go all out aggression. Tarek MF also. All those can be options there. They right now have Cogma tentatively picked here for Chaos. Again, that could be a SoloMid mage pick here for Reginald, though I don't think he knows Cog all that well, at least not as well as Big Fat LP. And they're actually leaving Shyvana out there. So I'm a little bit surprised by the early Mundo pick. They're not really denying any options here. They're not getting first dibs on support. They're getting first dibs on AD carry, but they're really not denying any of CLG's options. Because I don't think they're likely to run Cogma here, or with the Udyr being picked up, and they're not likely to run Mundo because they always take Shyvana.
Right, and actually, should point out, this is the first time that Nocturne has been banned out in the tournament, so they're definitely focusing Odd One with that. We'll have to see if he's forced into a supporty jungle. If they do take the Shyvana, Mundo has been taken by Dyrus, and that could be going top lane against that Udyr.
That is a possibility.
Going in the jungle as well.
We did see
Triesmo there.
Yeah, we did see Triesmo run that solo top.
Yep.
And yep, they have locked in that Vayne, so Counterlogic Gaming once again running Vayne. And the Alistar pick I like a lot as well. Chowster does like the Alistar. And Ali Vayne in general is a great team comp because you can choose to play aggressively if the lane is weak. You have 2 stuns there, you have some knockups, some knockbacks. You can definitely bully these champions out at the same time in a team fight, unless you're fighting against Olaf or Morgana. Alistar has pretty much all the protection you ever need from champions trying to dive you. So this could be very, very exceptional for Counterlogic Gaming. They're set up to have champions they really enjoy right now.
And we're waiting for Xpecial and Reginald. Looks like Reginald is going to be able to choose his spot or leave it up to the Odd One because CLG has not shown their mid yet. So it looks like it is going to be Mundo in the jungle, and Dyrus may be grabbing that. They could be faking it out and leaving Odd One to pick that next AP. We'll have to see, so they can counter it hard on the last pick. St. Vicious and Chowster now to go through theirs. They still need that AP. They do have a top. Need a definitive jungler here. Could be Udyr still.
And you know, one thing I actually want to point out real quick is when the Soraka pick came out, can you guys put your sign back up? You had a Bananas OP sign up in the audience.
I like it.
If you're here in the audience, look around. Camera can hear me, I'd like to see it. But yeah, there's a Bananas OP guy holding up a big banana over his head as well. I love that players are coming out for their favorite champions and saying, yeah, we made signs just to be relevant to these champions. And I really think like signs are one of the coolest things to come out of this. I like that so much, of course. It happens in any of these live events, but signs make my day.
Pillows now.
And pillows, yeah.
And pillows now.
I mean, it's becoming more and more a real
trends,
thing.
Man. So they do have, yes, CLG is going to run the bit of a tanky strat here. Udyr is going to get tanky. Yeah, Alistar will get tanky. And you are going to see that Chowster Hotshot on Cho'Gath. And Lulu, they still need that AP possibly.
Yeah, well, normally Dyrus is going to be solo top, though, so yeah, that is going to be Reginald in mid
Double
with
AP.
Karthus. He's 1-0 with Karthus so far. I like this. And, you know, we did see that 12-1 and 12 Vladimir that Dyrus ran earlier against Dignitas. I mean, I like this lineup for SoloMid. There's a whole heck of a lot of damage output there. And there's some good burst healing there from the Soraka as well. I think they can kind of fence people away and keep Kax alive. But everyone here on SoloMid's a damage threat. So, you know, it's going to be a little bit difficult for CLG to say, yes, this is how we're going to play it out. We know how we're going to win these fights. It's going to be focusing, well, Vlad can pool, Karthus deals damage while dead, and Kog'Maw has 700 range. And Mundo's Mundo. So good luck with that, guys.
Right. This level 1 fight for CLG, though, everybody has a stun.
Wow.
Everybody.
Yeah, everyone has a hard CC on CLG.
Yeah.
Oh, that is...
Pop-up stun, yep.
Yeah. I mean, Cho'Gath does not technically stun you, but well, yeah, everyone basically on CLG has a stun. You're absolutely right. So I would not be surprised to see them invade in. They actually did not grab Clairvoyance on their support. Chowster running Exhaust Flash, whereas Xpecial is running CV, which I think they need because this level 1 CLG team, there's so much damage, so much pressure there, that if you don't run Clairvoyance or just hide like in your fountain at the start of the game, you're going to get caught out and picked up if CLG plays it right. So I like that move from SoloMid to make those choices. And you know, we'll see what this ends up being. We have the Jungle Mundo here, the SoloMid Karthus grabbing Exhaust Flash. You've got Dyrus there solo top once again with Heal Ghost. And then KX on the AD carry has been running him a lot.
Yeah.
I think Kog'Maw has been the second most contested champion of this tournament. And you know, we'll see if it works out for him. I mean, SoloMid just needs to win this one best 3 to close it out. CLG must win this to stay alive, and they want to go ahead and win as well if they can help it. So, you know, we don't quite know what's going to happen here.
Now, these team fights for TSM are going to be really tricky for CLG because they are going to have Xpecial with 2 heals, his one that you can poke on anybody, and then Wish. But Dyrus and Kax are both running Summoner heals, so that is going to be a huge burst of health in any fight that they have. And there are some pretty high cooldowns on CLG's team. Chowster's going to be able to headbutt and get in there, but he's pretty much just going to try to trample and walk around after that. You'll have St. Vicious in the fight all the time, which will help. But it is going to be a pretty big heal bait in that first 5v5 with TSM versus CLG.
Okay, so we are getting down through the spectator timer real quick. So what do you think? What's the big lineup advantage here? Do you think any of these teams have a big advantage just from champion select?
I think the advantage of pushing people around in a fight goes to CLG, but the burst and just front end damage that TSM can put out right away, if you get walled, you're going to get hit with Dyrus' Transfusion and Tides of Blood, and Kog'Maw's going to be able to do whatever he wants from whatever range. So they're going to have to push around. They're really going to have to split fights, make sure people are peeled off of double lift, which they have a perfect team to do. That's great, a great team and a beefy front line, especially for Vayne to get in close, because Kog'Maw's going to be all the way on the other side of the fight, so they won't even be doing anything until it's like, 3 people are down and everybody's kind of scrambling around.
Yeah. One thing I want to point out, actually, is double lift is the only AD carry I've seen pretty much 100% of the time run cleanse.
Yes.
And there's like 2 abilities to cleanse, like on the entire enemy team. It's like he could cleanse like Karthus Wall, Mundo Cleaver, and Exhaust. And I mean, like maybe a Soraka Silence, but like that's it. Like he's got like, there's not like an Ashe or like
you're not going to get hit up right quick.
There's no Alistair, Taric, Ashe. Like there's none of those like super hardcore CCs coming out here. But he runs cleanse every time anyway. And his third item is always Quicksilver Sash. It's either Bloodthirster or Infinity Edge. Buy a Phantom Dancer, get a Quicksilver Sash. And that is his build in every single champion, every single game. And it's the same summoners over and over.
Yeah, and it's not like they have Nocturne, they can't jump focus him and whatnot. So
yeah,
it could have been a more useful summoner spell, but whatever, his mentality, the mechanics, he wants to stay in that positioning. He plays Vayne very well. So could have been used out for something else, maybe a heal bottom to get a bait going on. No heals actually on the team, and they don't really have they have a true healer, but not exactly a heavy healer. Chowster can put out some heals. And he'll be able to do that more and more as minions go down and things die on the map. There it is, CLG versus TSM, getting ready to go for this matchup. Hotshot, GG, St. Vicious, Big Fat. They're kind of just rolling it down. TSM on the right side. I can't see whose face that is.
Yeah, so as we get into this game, the loading screen about done. If you want CLG to win this first game, let me hear you in the audience and at home. Let's go. And if you are a Team SoloMid fan,
oh wow,
that is a massive home crowd advantage if I've ever seen one. Holy cow, you guys, just in general. Alrighty, so looking through the builds here, we have the best of the best now in this tournament. I want to give you guys the rundown on the builds as we start out this game. Big Fat LP opening with 40 MR. 10 Magic Pen, so Magic penetration a little bit on blues than MR flat blues. Looks like his base move speed 375 tells me he's going move speed Quince as well, and it looks like actually it's a 9021. He's got 10 cooldown reduction, so going utility spec on Anivia. Hotshot GG on Cho'Gath. Looking through no penetrations, no bonus CDR, no bonus attack speed as far as I can tell. So just kind of full tank spec here, and I'm expecting at least some in utility and some in defense. Certainly not any in offense. Through on double lift, definitely 21-9-0, lifesteal mastery. Learning tumble at 1, doesn't care what the fight might be. St. Vicious already actually has learned Phoenix.
It's 400 movement speed already.
Yeah, which means move speed Quince
yep.
and the move speed mastery in utility. Looks like no penetration, so it might be, it's 0.21-9. He's got the 0.45 CDR per level. And Chowster on Alistair, 6 CDR means he's 21 utility, so 0921. Does have 15 armor pen, so he's running armor pen on those marks there, so he can deal bonus damage with the basic attacks. Moving over to KX, you can see SoloMid very much hiding over on their side. KX 2109. Actually, it might be 2109. He's got a lot of magic mana regeneration, or 2190. I forget how the numbers exactly stack up, but flat MR blue certainly, and looks like AD on everything else.
A very nice CV, and they do clear out blue, lay waste, trying to get vision there. Hotshot still pushing through. They don't want him to have any part of their jungle right now, and their team can easily force that to happen. Reginald's going to be forced to just go back mid. Special also there, but it looks like they're going to come around for the exit. No. Maybe a safe place to back. They do see that they're still mid, so the bottom lane's not going to be there. They're giving them too much vision on this, I think.
Oh, they're giving St. Vicious that blue buff, and he will actually continue to clear this out. You'll have the timer, 7 minutes 13. And the good thing here is these are going to be asynchronous golem respawns. Normally, if both junglers start blue, they both spawn at 7 minutes. If you go for a steal, you're letting your own get stolen as well. What you really want to do with these timings is make sure that they spawn at different times, so you can always say, okay, we'll steal theirs, then we'll come back and grab ours and make sure we don't lose anything. But the odd one really wants to, I think he was trying to look, he's
waiting for Udyr to come back over. He's being very patient, waiting for Saint. Oh, does he get antsy? He's going to move at the exact right time and get himself into that bush. The CV goes down, and they didn't see anything, but they also don't see St. Vicious. That is just out of range. And it looks like he is going to be able to get it without anything happening. Saint's going to come out here. Sad panda for him. A very nice job as he sees Odd One exit stage left.
And yeah, he just sees him get out of that jungle. Nice job there. Hotshot getting harassed pretty well by Dyrus. The one thing about Cho'Gath is your ability to lane is determined by your ability to last hit. There's no real innate sustain on Cho'Gath, except when you last hit a minion, you get a bunch of health and mana back. And so if you can keep that happening, he'll survive Dyrus and be fine. If he gets zoned away from last hits, he'll keep getting zoned because he'll have no health. So it's a very snowbally, can you shut down Cho'Gath type lane, and Hotshot seems to always like this Cho'Gath and seems to always make it work for him. Looking through real quick, Dyrus, looks like a 921-0 build for him. Looks like no bonus lifesteal, spell vamp, anything like that. Pretty standard magic penetration there. Looking through the rest of these builds, it's special. Put up against his turret, should be okay right now. Looks like CDR blues, and I'm seeing 21 utility. Ooh, some pressure there onto Kaox. I think an 0921 there going to happen. Special, last hitting a minion, now ahead of Chaucer in gold. Well played, Special. Bananas, OP.
Dyrus still trying to push Hotshot back. He's forced to start using his potions here, but doing a great job of keeping that CS up as well. 13-16 as we are still just in the beginning stages of this laning phase. 5K to 5K. Still got the even on gold. Reginald. Oh.
Saint CLG known for ganking top over and over. A great rupture there. He should have Sanguine Pooled that earlier. Here comes the Bear Stance. The Ignite is on. Dyrus did not summon a heal in time. Still trying to run away. Can they land the spells? There's the rupture. And that will be the dive.
Very good aggression and nice rupture indeed. He did not have the time to get out of that one, and I believe blue both summoner spells to try and make it out, heal and ghoster down, so that top lane is an easy focus for about the next minute and a half, 3 minutes.
And a minion wave starting to die to this turret. Oddman will miss out on 2 minions worth of gold. We'll go for this last one. Keeping the lane alive, but not the best situation for this guy. He's trying to crush down these minions, get these last hits done for himself, but you know, still Dyrus push out of that lane. Hotshot GG with 400 bonus gold, already grabbing a heart of gold. He's going to love that extra income there. It's going to let him lane so very well. He's going to keep being a force throughout this game.
And it looks like they are going to pressure it again. They said, you know what? He's going to be right back in lane. He's going to feel like he's kind of safe because he doesn't know where we are. No, they're going to grab Mundo as he runs back into the jungle here. It's going to be Tribush. Hello, meeting each other. The rupture goes off, but he just gets out of the range of rupture. I don't know how that missed, but it looks like they are going to go hard aggressive on this. Pursuing Odd One under the turret. Saint Vicious says, let's do this. It looks like Hotshot had different thoughts, and they are forced to back for miscommunication there. I think Dyrus would have gotten at least a kill off of that, so it's a better choice. They did not choose to fight.
Now looks like some pressure happening against Chauster right now. Actually taking a bit of pain there. Kaox hitting him a little bit, but Double still last hitting that 3% lifesteal from Mastery is keeping him alive, as well as Alistar's Triumphant Roar. Actually maxing that first, by the way, Chaucer, putting up those points in a heal. Kaox actually ignoring the Void Ooze, and now you kept pointing out that, you know, normally it was weird that these guys were, you know, points in Void Ooze, but now he's actually going 2 points of Bioarcane Barrage, 2 points of Caustic Spittle, wants to go for that just standard DPS output.
Wow, yeah, he hasn't even leveled that E yet. That's crazy. Very nice. Going for the fast objectives and fast early passive attack speed.
Yep, SoloMid pretty safe though at bot lane. They do have that ward in the brush, and they can kind of see St. Vicious. When he comes in, they should be safe here. They've been pushed pretty far back, so that's good for them. They've managed to basically stabilize this lane and keep farming. 39 to 54 in minions actually, so actually really a lot better last hitting coming out of Double Lift. It's actually very, very impressive of him.
So that 400 gold lead sticking up top for Hotshot as the Heart of Gold is helping him. Dyrus is going to be backing here, possibly has enough for his revolver. He's going to need about 800. He does not, so it looks like he will stop his back. Say the minion wave is right there. I kind of have a little time to farm. We do see the odd one, a little pressure on mid, as we do see Big Fat has backed, so it's going to be a little bit of a free experience for St. Vicious. He loves taxing lanes.
Yep, it's going to be some nice gold picked up experience. He's first to level 6 actually. They beat Dr. Mundo by half a level, so CLG still holding their advantage strong. I'm going to actually finish up on the build orders real fast. Reginald getting that catalyst. Looks like 2109 is the likely pickup there, based on the cooldowns and the magic penetration. Also, not running MR Blues, who's actually full squishy here, relying on ability power all the way to the bank here on Karthus. So we'll see if he can get harassed out, or if Big Fat LP is going to miss most of his spells, or if Reginald can dive everything. Top lane, a little bit of pressure there. Hotshot getting harassed down a little. Staying okay. Bot lane, pressure up on a KX, taking a lot of pain right here. Third Silver Bolt is proc down to 1/3 health.
It looks like blue has just come up. St. Vicious is going to donate that over to Anivia, but the odd one says, we have the timer on this. We are going to focus it. Dyrus has not come down, but they do have Hotshot GG to accompany the fight. It's going to be a 3v2 if they decide to go in on this. He could just lay waste over the edge. They do have exhaust. Wall of pain goes down, and Flash Frost does as well. The damage going out onto Reginald, flashing back over the wall as they all committed the same direction. He may make it out. The ignite is on. The last hit from Big Fat LP takes him out. Requiem goes down, and this is going to be a lot of pain as we do see Hotshot GG falls. Not so much on St. Vicious, however, as he does have that null magic early mantle. And saving themselves. They go 1 for 1 in that blue. It's still up, so Big Fat pretty pleased with that fight.
Yeah, they traded 1 for 1 ultimately, which is pretty much okay. Navy got a kill, and then so did Dr. Mundo, actually. So the kills started to get spread out a little bit. There is that one small death advantage, though, in that Hotshot GG died, and that's actually kind of a big deal for Cho'Gath because he wants those feast stacks to stick. So it gives Dyrus a little bit of extra lane pressure there and ability to kind of come back and make things happen, but the kills were more or less a wash otherwise, and no blue buff steal managed to happen there. So Big Fat LP coming out pretty happy, has his Tear of the Goddess already, has Golem buff as well, and has a kill under the bank now too.
And looking up, see Hotshot GG returning to lane with a Philo as well for a little bit of health and mana gen, so double on the GP10. He's going to be looking to grab a lot of gold from that. And we'll see Dyrus is now backing. I believe he will have enough.
Okay, accidentally destroyed at bot lane right now. Still stuck with all those stuns, but they turn on double lift, the ult, the flash. He will make it out, especially coming in just in time to heal that. Kaox actually did keep his flash up. Did have to burn a summoner heal, but still, they also had to burn double lift's cleanse to be fair. So they actually came out a summoner spell because double lift's flash and cleanse both burned. Kaox still has his. Chester forced back, still has all his summoners. I'm surprised he didn't exhaust as part of that trade. So he could have probably kept sticking on the Kaox, burn the exhaust, and say, yeah, you're not going to kill double if he's going to keep DPSing you.
So Dyrus now coming back to lane with a bit more sustain. That'll be quite nice for him. Double blue buffs in middle as Reginald got back up into the game. Well, Ping goes down. The lay waste, but he doesn't want to chase too much. He's just standing right in the ultimate. Wasn't able to path around it, and Saint's like, never mind, you got it. You do your thing. Looks like we got bottom lane returning. Double Lift has gotten himself a BF sword, and he does have one Doran's. Just Kog'Maw going for the same. He hasn't purchased yet. We'll have to see what Kaox gets as he is backing right now. And his buys are going to be quick Zerks into 3 Dorans. So he will be able to out-sustain that damage that Vayne can do if she doesn't proc them all. We do have St. Vicious coming in. Dyrus hits the bush, so it's going to be hard for Vision. The quick pool, and that's going to be nothing for them. Saints like, oh, yep, maybe not. That pool lasts quite a bit of time, and they will thwart that. Nice job by Dyrus.
Big Fat LP actually doing a great job. Of course, renewed his Golem buff thanks to the kill on Karthus, and is now clearing these Wraiths out, farming them for gold. 77 minions on him. Still 82 on Karthus, though, so Reginald outlast hitting. However, now that Anivia is 6 and has Golem, it'll be a little bit easier for him to get that gold back into his favor. I'm surprised that Kaox didn't go for the BF sword, went for the attack speed Doran's opener, which does give him better lane presence, but it means Double Lift has really good spike damage with that 45 AD from the BF sword. He had 1900 gold when he went back to base and did not turn it into a BF, just really wants to go for the little bit better durability, wants to survive these dives, and the good sustain there. And Double Lift going to take, good tumble there, dodging that. Mid lane, Big Fat LP going to start pooping on Reginald a little bit. Good pressure there, getting him down by a third. Still 40 MR, Reginald not with sword shoes, so Big Fat LP can survive this pressure pretty well.
So it looks like they may be trying to formulate a dragon pressure here. Dyrus coming all the way down from top lane, and Mundo is in position to make this happen. The odd one about to show himself bottom. You can see the heal coming out and a little bit of a back, so they know what's going on. Anivia on the left side of Dragon Wall could throw a Flash Frost over, but they don't have vision. There is a ping. Oh, they do have vision. That's their pink ward. So TSM does not know that is there.
Special forced to flash out right there. Would have gotten stunned now. Oh my god!
Beautiful wall.
Beautiful wall. Picks that. They got the dragon. Double Lift getting forced out. 60 health gained right there from the heal. Ult comes down from Kaox. Hits Chaucer. Double Lift going to fall down. There's one. We're going to keep pressuring here. St. Vicious taking some pain. Will drop down as well. Now Muna trying to walk away. TSM looking good in this fight. 4-3 for them. Ooh, a little bit more pain coming in onto that Karthus. They'll make it out. And SoloMid actually, they got 2 kills for 1, including the AD carry a jungler at loss of support. And they picked up the dragon, so SoloMid turning that one around, now only down 400 gold. Equalized that one out quite successfully. Show getting to farm up behind this turret, going for the jungle mobs as well, which is a very, very smart choice.
Farm shot GG.
Yep, and that is the right play here. I like this a lot. Farms the lane, farms the jungle, which is going to deny Dyrus a little bit at the turret, and also deny the odd one thanks to these kills on these golems, so I like this.
And looks like they're going to use this confidence of Hachi GG to do a little bit of damage here, possibly push him out of lane. He did get a little bit of vision on Dyrus, and he's going to back out safely. There was a chase by the odd one as well. Udyr returning to bottom lane. St. Vicious recurve going for his wit's end. Dyrus not finishing the Wody yet, but he's almost there. He did go for those Merc treads. Oh, there we are on to Hotshot GG. I don't think they're going to have enough to take him down here unless they continue to go under the turret. Cho'Gath quite tanky right now, and they are going to back off.
All right, so SoloMid resetting that bot lane with Counterlogic Gaming as well. 88 minions to 105. Doublelift winning the minion farm game, but 1 death, 1 assist versus Kog'Maw's 1 kill, 1 assist. So I got to say, Chaos's gold, as we check it, as I click properly, 38 to 3,600. Yep, the advantage from that kill and the dragon definitely coming into favor here.
Mundo returning to top jungle as we see Big Fat LP again returning around for his blue buff. They have the CV down on it though. Great timing coming from TSM right now with the Clairvoyance.
Yep, Hotshot moving over the odd one and Reginald nearby as well. They do know about this. We'll see if they actually go to stop them or not. Top lane, not too much going on. Bottom lane. Chowster pushing up. Actually, could go for Chaos here. Will go in for the head, but oh, silenced away. No pulverize. Nice play, special.
Like, yeah, they are pinging them to back. I don't know why. They seemed a bit safe. They don't have vision there, so that's maybe why they don't know where Mundo is right now. They actually don't have a vision of Vladimir, Karthus, or Mundo. So, Mundo just walked into range, so they can see him farming up a little bit safer. Chowster is going to back. Doublelift's going to have to be very careful in his lane. The AD carries are sporting another 1,600 gold for Chaos right now, and 600 gold for Doublelift, so Chaos can go back and get that BF sword if he does choose to.
I think that actually would be a very good choice at this point. We saw last time he actually shoved the lane and then went around, and he's going to do that there. You can see him spamming those AoEs. We'll go for that. And Chaos's build, by the way, after those 2 in Caustic Spittle, did grab 1 in Voidoo's. I mean, it maybe could have been a misclick that he hit Q so early, but I kind of doubt it. I think that's on purpose. So now 1 in that slow, and we'll see if he goes for everything else. What he goes for next, if he just wanted the 15 attack speed, or if he only wants that 1 point in slow. Big Fat LP, again, 2 in Q, 2 in W, maxes out Frostbite immediately. Reginald also 3 in Wall and only 1 in Defile, so as you said, that Wall is going to be a big deal there. The slow continuing to go up with rank, and we'll see how that pans out. Doublelift maxing Silver Bolt second, pretty standard.
It's going to be a wit's end game for CLG here. They have one being built on Cho'Gath as well as Udyr. It's going to be nice, the double AP from TSM, so that will help them sustain against that. Dyrus harassing Hotshot top, but it looks like Chowster is waiting in the wing to get something going down, but he's sitting right on top of a ward. Oh, hey, there it is.
Yeah, and Udyr is coming by, actually. Alistair kind of caught, no, I guess he's not caught up because Saint's on his team. Okay. But St. Vicious coming around. I was like, oh my gosh, Udyr wearing red buff, must be on the red team. No, freak, you're bad at reading.
I completely just noticed those 2 wards that are chilling bottom next to each other. That vision ward is not inside the bush, so he did not know he was sitting on top of a ward.
Oh, special. No, sorry. It's CLG's fault. Chowster screwed that one up. All right, now moving on. There's some fighting going on. Doublelift down to half health. Good, almost a good ult from Chaos. Good dodge there from Doublelift at the last second.
Mid going down onto Big Fat LP. It looks like St. Vicious will try to help. He flashes out of Defile, and they're going to switch this one around with the counter gang. Oh, a little bit of a heal there. He got back some vamp, but it's not going to be enough to keep him alive. They are going to now focus onto the odd when the egg goes down. The rebirth, keeping Big Fat alive, and St. Vicious able to come up with a deucer.
Yeah, that was a little bit silly. He shouldn't have switched focused over to Anivia because he knew Karthus ult would happen, and he was like, hey, Saint should get really, really low. Maybe he can burst down Saint, and he ended up doing a good 300 damage to Big Fat LP that he could have directed elsewhere. That might have given him just enough damage to kill off the Udyr and then switch over and kill the Anivia egg afterwards. It was a little bit silly to focus back down and force the egg. He might have been able to win that fight himself.
Doublelift rushing a Bloodthirster as he just gets that into his hands at 17 minutes in the game. We do see that Chaos did not go for a BF sword, but with that 1,600 gold, he went for a Zeal and a dagger.
Wow, so 2 turrets taken right away. I like that mobility there. They let Doublelift B pick up that. And now, Chaos, yeah, going for the early Phantom Dancer. That's been the build he's been going for actually all tournament. I don't know why I forgot that. But he's been basically always going double or triple Dorans into Phantom Dancer and relying on attack speed to get him through that game. And actually, Chaos now putting points back again into Void Ooze. So he's got 2 points there again. Pushing down onto Doublelift. Some good damage actually being dealt here. Wow, yeah, that's down to half already. I think his Doublelift does have a Bloodthirster. He's going to get himself a lot of lifesteal through that.
Yeah, to run that away, good point to make. If you're facing a Kog'Maw, when you're running away, you do not want to run against the wall. It's the easiest way for him to hit you with his ultimate. But Doublelift really didn't have a choice. If he walked closer and went around the turret, Kog'Maw's range would have gotten him anyways on the W. So
and look at this. Sorry, but look at this by Doublelift. He's actually sitting away from the turret. He knows he can get dived on. He has, look at that, 0 almost at all vision of his jungle. It wasn't worth risking those last hits to get ganked there. So yes, they get the dragon. That's all fine. Doublelift chose to give away about 10 minions in order to not give away a kill to Chaos. And that's the kind of decision making these players have to make. And it's actually the kind of decision making that hurt Voyboy in the games of Dignitas, where he was like, there's so many minions, I have to go for it. And he got caught by it over and over again, and CLG capitalized on that sort of aggression and picking up kills there. So Doublelift making some good choices, saying it's not worth a couple hundred gold, I can't give away another death.
Dragon going down, going to be up another 6 minutes. Big Fat pushing mid by himself. The vision he has around him is keeping him quite safe. There it is, Hotshot farming past the turret. He does get the turret to go down from minions. He's going to be focusing on, does he get the Nom down? He did. It didn't do that much damage. Hemo play goes down, the Rupture goes up, and the pool goes down. Very nice job by both players there. The top turret, however, going in favor of CLG. The gold, 28,000 to 24,000 here, 19 minutes in. 6-3 is the score, and CLG is up by 4 turrets.
Yep, so even though the SoloMid are winning on 2 dragons right now, CLG winning 4 turrets and 3 kills have built themselves quite the gold lead. Again, dragons don't have any intrinsic value other than that gold and a little bit of experience locally, so yes, it does give you an advantage, but it doesn't make you automatically better in the game, and so CLG building themselves their own lead and giving themselves map vision in the process.
Hotshot continuing to push, has not been in a team fight yet, and this is that tanky strat I was talking about. Later in the game, he's going to continue to do this. You can see they've been winning fights in 3v2s, 4v2s, or 4v3s rather, when their numbers are actually down because Cho'Gath is not there. So right now they're comfortable to go into fights. It is 6-3, so they've been getting good gold on the people they need to. It hasn't been assists to St. Vicious or assists to Cho'Gath. They've been getting their own kills, and it's really helping them stack those items. Wall of Pain goes down, but just not enough focus. They're kind of back and forth on it. Looks like Saint will get out alive, but he's still pressuring.
CLG are actually split pushing almost early here. You kind of see Big Fat LP pushing solo bottom. Everyone else kind of running around. Vayne is now mid. They've had Alistair roaming for a while here on Chowster.
Oh,
and he
went getting dove top. Nope. All right.
Okay, he's safe. Yeah.
Close.
Chowster went for an early Oracles and then said, I'm going to go roam now. And I think that might be why they sent Anivia bot. Is that Anivia's a little bit safer than Vayne will, has a lot of CC, abilities to escape, etc. And said, okay, Doublelift mid's a little bit safe here because we kind of have a lot of really good map vision. With Chowster roaming, let's switch up these lanes and make sure you're somewhere where you can survive.
Very nice clearing out of Baron Ward there. The Dragon still has quite a bit of time to come up.
Ooh, he got it!
Oh, he stole it.
Excellent job there by Big Fat LP, and you can see they're up now by 4,400 gold. And the League of Legends fan in me actually does want to see CLG take this series just to bring out another best of 3 and equalize it out and give me some more games out here. And right now they're poised. They're poised to, they have an advantage here in game 1. They are poised to keep taking this one. Again, you have to be worried about these late game carries, which is, KX's Kog'Maw and Doublelift's Vayne. But both these players are very, very good at making these late games happen for their teams. So we'll see who actually outscales whom and who manages to win this game.
Good focus towards that Baron area right now. They are just kind of sitting on it, making sure the wards are clear. Everybody's focusing top now. Hotshot is already in position to assist with the Baron. He does have his ultimate up as well. Full stacks already. And it looks like they're going to start attacking it.
And they moved on towards Big Fat LP, but he flashed over and then walled off, and then he was fine.
Oh, they are really going to sneak this out.
Oh, yes, they are. This is trademark CLG, St. Vicious and Doublelift, taking it down by themselves.
Very nice. Ain't getting popped up. He could walk out of that and not get hit, but he's not really worried about it right now. He wants to be the one taking damage. And we have a 22-minute Baron from CLG. It looks like they'll use this to force down some more turrets. A wall going off. Mundo's kind of like, all right, I'll just go this way. And
goes where he pleases.
Where he pleases.
Mundo goes where he pleases.
Hotshot almost still diving there, realizing the turret is going to hurt quite a bit.
And CLG looking so good with that Golem buff in tow for Big Fat LP is going to give them a lot of map dominance here. You can keep spamming out AoEing down minions, and they don't have that ability for SoloMid. I think they have a little bit better late game because that double AP combo, Vladimir, Kog'Maw, Karthus all scale phenomenally well, whereas really only Vayne is the only super hardcore late game champion that CLG has. So I think they are making the right call here, continuing to push through this hard.
If you look at the gold here, Dyrus versus Hotshot's gold, those GP10s did him quite well. He's up on Dyrus by 2,000 gold right now. Dyrus has 3 assists. He does have a kill assist. That's going to give him about 300 more gold. But still, those GP10s really helping out top lane, especially if you're against somebody like Dyrus that has range on Cho'Gath and was pushing him out early.
And yep, St. Vicious kind of moving his way towards the bottom, and CLG going to grab all 6 outer turrets. Something actually that Dignitas did as a mistake in their loser bracket final game against CLG as they took Baron. Managed to take only 1 turret, but CLG really good at collapsing all these advantages and solidifying themselves in the lead. They're going to be up now 8,000 gold with this one killed. You see 37 versus 29. And I think they might want to keep pushing here. They've got another 2.5 minutes left of Baron. Their individual golds all around 1,500 or so. They could go back and buy. I think they're also powerful enough to keep pushing here, especially with the golem buff advantage.
Wow, so CLG right now really out-leveling TSM actually. 16, 15, and 14 on Anivia, Cho'Gath, and Udyr to some level 12, level 13, level 12. So this fight is definitely going to go with Baron buff in favor of CLG. Dyrus getting caught out with a wall, and it looks like he may go down. He's forced to pull inside the fight, so he's going to stick with this one. And it looks like they may be able to keep him alive. The heel bait coming out, and that's exactly what I was talking about before. They completely turned the tide of that fight there. And Chauster will be the first to fall. Focusing the tank was the last thing they had left. They didn't want to walk out too far, but that heel bait negated the Baron strength, and they were able to come out with that, and 1 kill.
Wow, that was absolutely a phenomenal. They also brought Hotshot and Double Lift down very, very low on health. Now Team SoloMid with map control, they're going to fire back and get 2 turrets out of this. This is really, really good. They're going to get finally some turrets on the board for themselves. Normally SoloMid are basically known for taking an early game advantage and crushing turrets with it. Going to have the odd one tank that for a little while. It's a little bit unsafe actually to take that much damage here. Might be a wit's end the next pickup. And actually SoloMid saying, we could go for a turret, but we want to take this dragon right here. It has respawned now. So we're going to see 29 minutes. The Baron respawn. We're going to see 30, 45 respawn for dragon. They will actually be pretty far apart. So the next major objective is going to be that big Baron. And we'll see what they can do with this. Reginald not going to get caught here. They brought the gold back a little bit. Only now 5,500 gold the advantage. We'll see if they can keep that momentum going.
Clearing out mid quickly again. They want to leave none of this Baron buff to waste. They do have 1 minute left on it. So Baron's up in 4. And they're going to go straight for this mid turret. They see the pings from TSM. They said, let's regroup. We got to get back here right away. And they have done so. Great wave clearing ability by CLG. And there's the wall of pain again. Mundo can only focus Hotshot, so he's going to give him a nice cleaver. And walk out of that. Looks like they're going to focus top, start to steal a little bit of jungle here. Great job denying resources, denying buffs, making it that much harder for TSM to come back from this.
Yeah, we see St. Vicious going ahead, stealing that red, so very powerful. We'll see if they can get the blue this time. Should be coming up. Actually, yeah, there it is. So there's the blue. Big Fed LP with the last remainder of his Baron buff. Only about 3 seconds left there. Go ahead and pull up. Nice job. Gets the vision there. I'm going to keep DPSing down. And looks like no one from SoloMid is actually really aware of this, so he's going to get that one for free. But SoloMid charging down mid lane. They see Udyr at top. If St. Vicious keeps pushing, he's not. He's going to recall, so SoloMid's going to have some time here. Vayne recalling as well. They have about 10 seconds with no real opposition. This should be theirs for free. If CLG is caught in a 3v5, this could be bad. Hotshot. Oh, a beautiful wall. Alrun's alone. TSM could just take the turret down. I don't know what they're doing here. It's a free turret shot that is like face check a wall. Wait, it'll melt if we walk and look at it. No, it doesn't work that way. They're leaving it alone. Oh, SoloMid, that was yours for free. They managed to get away from the rupture. Hotshot getting slowed there by Mundo. And St. Vicious actually charging in there with Bear Stance. Looks like he's going to get exhausted. Jumps on Reginald. They're going to go for St. V right now. Doing a lot of damage right here. See what else they can do with this.
Great positioning by Double Lift, just focusing down onto Reginald. Now he's on to Dyrus, still not in range of any damage as everybody starts to move towards the top of the jungle. Double Lift picking himself up at Dyrus. They are focusing on to Kaox, but he will get out. Chauster doing a very nice job throwing on his ultimate and just face tanking Kaox's damage so he could not get in the fight.
Excellent job, CLG picking up that one for free. Dyrus, of course, his heal was down this time, and he took a whole lot of pain early. Now CLG without Baron, only 3 kills in the lead. They look poised to keep going for this.
They are right in front of the turret here. The wall of pain goes down again just to shred that magic resistance. Flash Frost missing, so Kog'Maw's free to fire. Getting the shot off. Big Fat just dodges that living artillery. And it looks like they are going to take the turret happily and go back to home here. They got some purchases to make. Everybody has a little bit of gold, about 800 average gold in the pocket right now on the side of CLG. Everybody's hit that 9,000 gold mark, and 7,000 is the average accrued gold here for your Team SoloMid. So everybody's almost up by 2K gold with all those turrets and those Barons.
And that is absolutely phenomenal for them. We're going to see Baron come up in about 1 minute flat. And that's going to be some heavy contention here. Doublelift getting a red buff for himself. You can see Bloodthirster, Phantom Dancer, Quicksilver Sash. Oh yeah, in this case actually I kind of like it because he's going to be able to ditch away Vladimir ult. He can kind of drop off some of the other debuffs that are actually pretty important to him. With only 2 exhausts on Team SoloMid, he can actually remove both of them in sequence. So he's going to be hard to shut down here, and we'll see if that pans out for him.
That Baron wore off shortly ago, so we should see it up here soon. We can see Chaucer making moves to clear wards, plays some of his own. Looks like Reginald is going to show bottom here. That's a huge wave. I think they have the timer here on Baron. If they do not, that is going to be a nice free one for them. A little bit of Requiem damage maybe, but it's not going to be enough to turn the tide of the fight. We do see that they are pushing back to their base. They're trying to formulate on mid. Hotshot is leading the charge here, and he's going to... Oh, I thought he was going to go around the side of the base, and they were going to cut him off from entering.
No, but they are ready to go in for this inhibitor. Big Fat LP's wall is up. It's ranked 4 right now, so it's pretty massive here. And as CLG pushes into the base, we're up to 190,000 people watching right now, this second on this stream. Still growing. And let's see, the wall of pain comes down. TSM might want to go in. Saint gets caught. But he's going to be safe right now. Turtle Shell blocks a lot of that. Now the cooldowns are pretty big in that wall of pain. 8 seconds still. And they're going to go for this inhibitor. They will have that. Will SoloMid fire back again. Voidoo's some good slow. There's Shirelli as CLG gets the inhib. And they get out safe.
You know, TSM doing a great job of holding him off, only allowing them bit by bit as they come in, and one of these times they're going to change it around in their favor possibly, especially maybe for this Baron. But as I said before, in Champion Select, that is such a team of tanks. You have Kog'Maw, you have Chauster on Alistar, or Kog'Maw, Cho'Gath rather, and Saint Vicious on Udyr, and these guys are just taking hits left and right. Cooldowns are being wasted by TSM, and that's great initiation time for CLG. Let's see if they can use that same tactic here as they go for Baron or start to pressure.
Oh, they go meet him with the sun. Not going to land it. There's Hotshot with the Rupture. Ooh, KX will dodge. They might go in for this pressure. Oh, amazing wall of pain. They could fight this so easily right now. Dyrus hitting up St. Vicious a little bit. Gets silenced as well. Some good pain going down there. Again, dodging that Rupture. But Nivea puts down, oh, and the double, the friend wards.
Double ward. I was just about to say, if they had a ward in that bush, that wall of pain would be so much more effective because they could see to the other side, and they all just wanted to ward it.
Yeah, it's worth doing. And now CLG regrouping the wall. The walls come down. Oddone will get stunned. They could collapse. See if they go for any pressure here. Getting poked at. Mundo Cleaver's not quite landing. But both teams, it's basically a game of ARAM now. I think that's what they decided. The gentleman's agreement. Plays them all random all mid. And here they go. They might get in range for walls. Oddman's going to ult. And there we go. Expression must flash over. And here comes the pressure. Ults go down. So much pain. Reginald dying immediately, but he's going to be okay here. Doublelift coming back into the spray. Will not die too quickly. There's the ult from Karthus. Can they pick up anything? Cog and just going for as much damage as possible. There's one as another Mundo goes down. Still 2 alive on this right-hand side of CLG. Dyrus is next.
Wow.
3 kills for nothing so far, but everyone is low. And they will not keep through on this.
Just too much health between Alistar, Udyr, and Cho'Gath. In vain to run around like that. Very good job by Doublelift as well. He actually ran into Defile of Karthus and then flashed over Karthus' wall to escape that and delay waste. Just continued to batter down onto Mundo. They can kept continuing on to that. CLG pounding on that second and Nexus turret. Will they be able to continue this? 20 seconds on Vladimir, 9 and 10 on Mundo and Karthus. CLG will take game 1 in what would be your first out of possible 2 best of 3s.
Wow, excellent play. Counter Logic Gaming coming in. They needed that one game. The crowd, I know you cheered for SoloMid take game 1. Most of you did. You guys were wrong. Your predictions were not correct. So CLG did take that first one. And now we're going to move on. Game 2, of course, will be coming up. And, of course, there will be a minimum of 2 more games being played here because CLG, even if they win this one, they move on to another best of 3. But we will be right back with those games after a short break. Do not go anywhere here at IPL4. We got more League of Legends coming up.
I'm Jeff In Control Robinson from Team EG, and this is Kingston's HyperX Genesis. It provides an ideal speed boost to increase the performance of your PC without the added price tag of hundreds of dollars in component upgrades. Genesis offers outstanding thermal dissipation, high frequency speeds, and low latency, so it's a perfect match for PC enthusiasts, system integrators, and gamers running Intel's i5 dual-channel motherboards.
Get brilliant HD with AMD A-Series APUs at www.amd.com/vision.
What do you think separates you guys from the average League of Legends players that are able to just jump in the game and have some success at it?
Although the game is a little bit easier to jump into instead of like Dota, because Dota is really hard if you're new. There are like, I forgot how many champions there are. There's like 70 plus champions, and there's like the game is changing every week. So every week, like for us veteran players who've played from the start, the game feels like almost a completely new game every week, because Riot has a lot of like Play-Doh room with the game client, and they can really do a lot with it. And what else that separates us is our experience.